Hey everyone. I figured this would be a fun video to do. Just kind of coming up with some, things I remember in the past, some summer stuff that I remember doing and, when I was little. This is going to be just me talking about the times I remember at this time, like 4th of July, or just anything that, that I remember when I was little during the times of summer, you know. And when I was little, I definitely remember a lot of things, doing stuff or whatever. Probably one of the most memorable things I remember doing, probably around 4th of July or whatever, was just having barbecues and hanging out. Probably the best part of my time, I guess, was definitely like the mid 2000s. So I really enjoyed that. That was really fun. I remember we used to have a trampoline in our backyard. We used to live in, me and my family, we all used to live in Myrtle Beach. And that was kind of a fun times there, I guess, before I moved down here. And, that was kind of the place that I lived the majority of my time. And New Jersey was like maybe, it was pretty second close, but definitely Myrtle Beach was like, it was like home for me. But I definitely remember those times. The trampoline, me and my brother, we used to, our house, we had a pretty moderate backyard, so we would like bounce on the trampoline, we would throw like stuffed animals, and I think my sister was just, she was not even, she was still a toddler, she was probably like, or if it's like 2006, 2007, she was probably either 8 or 7 years old. She was very young at that time, And we used to have the greatest times in that backyard, the Myrtle Beach backyard, especially the summer. There was a lot of things that always, that I enjoyed so much about being a kid and really enjoying a lot of what I experienced, at that time. But me and my brother got, we always seemed to enjoy, and where I used to, where the neighborhood and stuff, we had an amenity center, and I remember we would go over to the playground and swing on the swings and do whatever. They had grills, they had a pavilion thing where they had picnic tables, and they had a nice decent pool. I remember we had like we had to have some sort of key to, there would be a gate. There'd be a gate to open up to get to the pool center. And, there was restrooms and there was, vending machines. And I just remember those times very, very well. I always kept my hair at a, I always had the buzz cut look back when I was little. If you see pictures of me, it definitely shows that, I guess my parents wanted me to have the buzz cut. I don't know why, but I wish I would have let my hair grow, but that was a little bit later, I think, or a little bit later on. I outgrew my hair. Probably by middle school I did, but yeah, I really did miss the amenity center, the pool. That there was like a hot tub, and I used to always hang out in the little kiddie pool. Because at that time I was still kind of young. I was like maybe 8, maybe perhaps, or whatever. Or actually, I screwed up something because my sister was way younger than 8 at that time, 2006, 2007. So excuse me for that. She was probably she was probably either 3 or 4 years old, probably in 2006, 2007. I'm assuming. But yeah, for me, no, I was probably like 8, 7. Excuse me, sorry for that. I was like either 8 or 7. My sister was probably either 3 or 4 years old at that time. Maybe even older than that. Maybe 4, So anyway. And then, then I got my older brother. But yeah, I really missed, I kind of missed that whole era, if you will. That was kind of the, it was kind of like my time, if you will, and I kind of like the summers here. I really do miss the summers, but probably the most memorable summers was probably where I was from, New Jersey. I was from Toms River, New Jersey. Um, I lived in Ocean County. That's the county that I lived in. And our house was just, oh man, some we would always my parents would always be throwing parties for us. Like I enjoyed so much of my time, and that was probably when I was like a toddler, because at the time, that I was living in Myrtle Beach, I was kind of more getting a little bit older, but still being a little child, but before my sister was born, it was just me and my brother. And that backyard, we had a big backyard. My dad always kept that backyard so pristine. Like he just kept everything just on point. Like he would grow like flowers. There'd be like little scenery. And we didn't have a pool. Actually, we had more of we had a pretty decent, like one of those medium sized pools before we moved to the south. We had like one of those, like the setup things or whatever, and we had a lot of those little mini junior pools. Like we had like those little toddler pools we had a slip and slide, and even in Myrtle Beach we had one. And me and my brother, we enjoyed so much of our time together, and we still do, but the summers over there were just golden. I mean, I just enjoyed so much of that time, being in that backyard and like doing some like activities or whatever. Like we always kept ourselves, going every time. We had a swing set. My dad built like a homemade zip line. He made literally a zip line, and I remember that so well, because he had like these homemade wooden base things or whatever. On one side and the other side there'd be another one, and it was just so creative. My dad was so creative with everything in that backyard that we did. But those summers we cherished them so well. I just remember having my high C. I was so big into the high C's and the dinosaur nuggets. Like, remember those, Tyson? I mean, they still sell them, but But back to Myrtle Beach, oh my God, the summers there were just enjoyable. And Brandon, if you're watching this, I loved hanging out with you guys. I remember you, my brother, my Vincent, that's my older brother, and myself. We always used to hang out. I really enjoyed like hanging out in that backyard. You know what I mean? This is Brandon. Hey, that's my brother's best friend. Just hanging out in his backyard. Like we would, do some sort of whatever, and he would come over too as well, all the time. All the time, he would always come over, and never a dull moment with my brother's friend Brandon. He's absolutely hysterical. I mean, and definitely those trampoline days. I mean, I don't know I'm pretty sure you remember those times for sure. The trampoline days, just like we would do like some like make believe tag team matches, and like just those enjoyable times I remember so well. And those summers just absolutely great. And I think I remember back in the summer of 2007, I'm pretty sure we had some sort of big party, and man, there's always something missing during the time of 4th of July or whatever, or in the month of July, unless you have some sort of party or barbecue, you know what I mean? Just, and even going up to New Jersey, visiting New Jersey, or traveling over there, my uncle or, my grandmother or whatever, or my aunt or uncle, they would always have some sort of barbecue, some sort of party, homecoming, or, not homecoming, but, I don't know what you call it, like home party or whatever, and just enjoy the times, you know what I mean? And I enjoyed every single moment, And I remember we would go out in the movies, me, my brother, and his best friend there, Brandon. We would always go to the movies. And I remember summer 2012 was just an amazing, I don't know, something about 2012. some of the greatest movies just came out that year. You know, you had the first Avengers, you had The Dark Knight Rises. So that was like a period there where we were just like constantly just watching movies. And but yeah, I enjoy the summers, and you know, it's my fourth year here. You know, we had some barbecues. We had some sort of, but you know, at this time, you know, I think a couple years ago, or maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we went up to New Jersey for, you know, so we never really spent too much time down here. But yeah, just to kind of ramble on, this is just, you know, me kind of rambling about the times of summer, you know, that I remember so well when I was young, you know what I mean? And I still cherish those times very well, you know. Plus the music too. I mean, you know, what was popular in the mid 2000s? You know, Maroon 5, you know, I guess Carrie Underwood, Taylor Swift. So anyways, folks, that's just it. Me rambling about the times I remember so well of those summer days. You know, me being young, my brother, you know, and that's it, folks. Alrighty, take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.